Hi, I was asked if Judaism believes in reincarnation. That is to say that the soul has been here before and comes back again in another form, in someone else, in another body. The answer here is yes, with some reservations. In other words, the vast majority of Jewish scholars since 13th century have accepted reincarnation. The Zohar, which is the great Jewish mystical text, dates back traditionally to about 1,800 years ago, to the time of Rav Shimon bar Yochai in the north of Israel, discusses it at length. The great Kabbalists like Rabbi Isaac Luria of Tzfat, 16th century, has an entire book about reincarnation. Maimonides and Rav Sa'ad Gaon did not accept such a concept, but the majority of Jewish scholars, the mystics, the Kabbalists, certainly have accepted the idea of reincarnation. And on a basic level, what it means is this. The essence of the human being, of course, is body and soul, but the essence is really the soul, and the soul is composed of or rather is modified and evolves based on the experiences, decisions, feelings, memories of the person. So in a sense, the soul is like the information. The body is like the hardware that stores that information. Obviously, as we know in computers, and this is what I'm doing right now, is we can upload information into the cloud, so to speak. And in a sense, that's what happens with the soul. The body, being the hardware, can actually be trashed, can be disposed of. The information that actually is the person, the soul, that is stored. And that information can be downloaded, so to speak, into new hardware. Now, we're not aware of the past experiences of our soul, although there are times that some people have been aware of this, but in general, we're not aware of it. But the idea is that the soul is supposed to reach a certain spiritual, moral, ethical level in life. It doesn't always do this in one lifetime. A soul is supposed to accomplish certain things. It does not always do that in one lifetime. So the soul is brought back into this world, which apparently is painful for the soul, but it comes back into this world and is given a new hardware, meaning a new body, with the tools, personality traits, talents, character traits, etc., the tools which it needs to actually fulfill and get closer and closer to its role and its perfection. This may happen in one lifetime, it may happen in 2 lifetimes, maybe in 3. And the idea of reincarnation is that a person should be aware that whatever happens to them in this world is not necessarily reward and punishment, but primarily what happens to us in this world is planned so that we can actually fulfill our task and bring our soul to perfection. The tools that I have been given in the sense of my physical abilities, in the sense of my mental abilities, my emotional abilities, all these things are very much like a toolkit which is given to me so that my soul will be able to fulfill its task in this world. Sometimes we confront a soul which has very minimum capacity in terms of its capacity, its tools in this world. That might mean that that soul is very near perfection. It's near the end of its task, or the end of its path in this lifetime, and that means we have to have a certain respect for that soul. So a person with tremendous abilities, tremendous capacity, etc., maybe their soul has a long way to go, and hence they've been given tremendous tools in order to actually fulfill that soul's task in this world. So in a nutshell, it's a little bit of the understanding of reincarnation. In Hebrew, it's called Gilgul. Gilgul means to revolve, meaning the idea of the soul coming back, returning, revolving into this world in a new hardware, in a new download, in a new body. As I said, Maimonides didn't accept this, and if you look at the famous 13 Principles of Faith, which Maimonides lists in his commentary on the Mishnah, and it's printed in many prayer books, it doesn't list reincarnation as a fundamental principle of our faith, but he does obviously accept the idea of the soul, we accept the idea of the world to come, etc. But reincarnation is something which has been accepted by the mainstream of Jewish scholars for close to 1,000 years, possibly 1,800 years, and certainly is accepted by all the great Kabbalists throughout our history. So that's, in a nutshell, a little bit of an idea of Gilgul reincarnation. And as I've said in previous weeks, there is a comment section under the video. So if you would like to put a question in that I will try to answer in this format, please do so. And looking forward to hearing from you.